What is poppin', y'all? It's your boy Cobb, aka Double Flamingo, aka The GOAT, and welcome to Season 4 of the POOSY Draft League. Now, last season, in Season 3, we beat Bionic Lettuce in the finals in order to claim our throne as the champion of the POOSY Draft League. You can watch that battle up here. I think my prep that I put in that battle was pretty entertaining, so if you want to watch that, check that out. But in Season 4, we've gone through multiple different changes. Different mons have changed in point values, we've kept the same Terra Captain system, but the biggest change has been the growth of the league. Like, literally. We have gone from 20 coaches to 32 coaches. Instead of being 2 divisions of 10, we are now at 2 divisions of 16. And in order to not completely make it unplayable in terms of building a team, we actually properly split into 2 separate draft boards. Previously, with 20 coaches on one draft board, it got kind of cramped. It was a little hard to fix a team if the team was messed up. It was a little hard to build a team in the first place because a lot of the answers you needed were already taken by someone else. So we have properly split into 2 separate divisions. There is the Swirlix division and there is the Spritzy division. And I am a part of the Spritzy division. Now, we cannot have a draft league without having a team. And my team that I decided to build was partially based on the pick that I got. For the 3rd time in POOSY Draft League history, I got the wheel pick, which means that I get to make 2 picks in a row right at the back end of the draft. I was pick number 16, but I get to be the last pick of round 1 and the first pick of round 2. And I was deciding with this option what team I wanted to build. There's a lot of good inherent synergies that you can make with a wheel pick. You can do like Tapu Koko plus an electric terrain abuser like Iron Moth. You can do Rillaboom plus Sneasler. That's always really strong. You can do something like Spectre plus Zygarde in order to pick up some really strong offensive threats early on in the draft. Or you can do what I did, which was drafting Annihilate first. So I'm going to show you my team. My team as it existed in the first week. It has gone through various different changes as the league went on, but I will bring up those changes as they are relevant. I'm going to be going over the first 4 weeks of the league as I did not record live for each of those weeks, and we're gonna get through that. So sit down, grab a cup of coffee, grab something sweet to drink. This is gonna be a long ass video. You can probably see by the timestamp down below. So let's get into it. So I'm gonna have to move my camera. Let's move you down here so you can properly see my entire team. Okay. So, my first pick that I made in the draft was Annihilate. Now, Annihilate is a very strong Pokemon for a variety of reasons. If you were watching last season, you know that I got 6-0'd by Annihilate with my stall team because it is a very talented balance breaker and stall breaker just by virtue of its Rage Fist move, which gains 50 base power every time that you hit it. Ghost plus Fighting Stab is unwallable. There are no resists in the game aside from Hisui and Zoroark, which is immune, but that is the only resist in the game. It has really good abilities in Inner Focus, Vital Spirit, and Defiant. And with Defiant, in conjunction with its Ghost typing, it is a very potent spin blocker, which is the main reason I wanted to use it. I wanted to build a team that was kind of based a little more around hazards, and you can see that with the mons that I've decided to pick up. Landorus Theory can get up rocks, Klefki can get up spikes, and Araquanid can get up webs. My team that I built is sort of a bulkier style with really fat mons like Mega Venusaur, kind of fat mons like Araquanid, really fat mons like Umbreon, and Latios, which was here to kind of be Latios. Overall, the style of team that I built was trying to use hazards as my main source of damage, pivot around with things like Annihilate plus Lando plus Umbreon Baton Passing plus Ambipom, whatever, and slowly whittle up chip over the course of the game. I like playing a balanced style. This is a little more bulky offense than balance, I'd say, but yeah, that's the style of my team. I'm going to justify each of these picks. So, Landorus was not originally supposed to be here. Landorus was supposed to be Garchomp, but I got sniped on Garchomp basically immediately. But Lando can do a lot of things that Garchomp can do in a similar way. It has Intimidate. Intimidate is very strong ability, crippling physical attackers every time I bring it in. Its ground flying typing is very strong. Its stat spread is very decent. 145 attack is really good, and these defenses with Intimidate and with the typing really work out. It can knock off, it can defog, it can taunt, it can U-turn. There isn't much the Lando T can't do. There's a reason it's been a competitive staple for years. Now, my next pick that I picked up was Latios. Latios, spoilers, doesn't end up showing up to a single game, but I picked it up because I figured it's kind of a steal for 13 points. It's got really good stats. It's sort of like Latios, but a little bulkier and has an easier time setting up with like Calm Mind Draining Kiss sets. I figured I can get some use out of it. I didn't end up getting some use out of it, so that's Latios. Umbreon is a mon that I picked up for 2 reasons. One, I have Mew in my division. And Mew, I played him in the quarterfinals of last season. He likes drafting Umbreon, and I was trying to force him to stay on his toes and maybe change up his team a little bit. But also, Umbreon's just really good. It's a very fat Pokemon with 95 HP, 110 defense, and 130 Spadef. and it can Wish Pass. Wish Passing into Annihilate is very, very strong. There's a lot of different things that Umbreon can do. The only weakness of it is a little passive, so I don't end up keeping it the entire season, but I'll get to that when I get to that. Next up, Klefki. Klefki has Prankster Thunderwaves, Prankster Toxics, Prankster Spikes. It's a Prankster Screen Setter. Prankster, if you don't know, makes it so that all of the status moves go at +1 priority, which means you're going to go first unless you're going up against something like Mach Punch or Extreme Speed or that type of noise. Klefki has a really, really good typing too. Steel Fairy is very, very hard to hit. Look at all of these amazing resistances and immunities that you can see here. First Fairy type that I got, so I'm no longer kind of weak to Dragon. Klefki is just a very solid utility mon. Getting up spikes so that Annihilate can block the removal of the spikes is very, very nice. Next up is a mon that I've been trying to get for probably 3 seasons of the POOSY Draft League. It's very strong. It's very, very powerful, very bulky. It can kind of do everything just by virtue of its amazing stat spread, its amazing typing, its amazing ability. Mega Venusaur. Mega Venusaur is arguably the best grass type in the game, I think at least. With this insane stat spread, like 80 health and 120 defenses, and also like 100 something attacking stats, and you're not even that slow with 80 speed, like you get to get up like Leech Seeds and Leech Seed into the rest of your team. If Venusaur Leech Seed something and then go into Annihilate to tank a hit, it's very useful for me. But it also just gets a lot of good coverage. It gets Earth Power, it gets Sludge Bomb, it gets Giga Drain, it can Sleep Powder if I need to, it can heal itself up with Synthesis. Mega Venusaur is a incredibly useful mon, and with Thick Fat, it loses its weaknesses to Ice and Fire, so it's only really weak to Psychic and Flying, which are kind of niche typings. Venusaur is going to be the main defensive backbone piece for my team this season, but we'll see when we get to that. Now, next up, Ambipom. Ambipom was the first Terra Captain that I decided to pick up. Ambipom with Terra Normal, Terra Fire, and Terra Dark is going to be able to launch off Terra Normal Fake Outs, which do insane amounts of damage. Like, Terra Normal Fake Out with a Silk Scarf, not even a Life Orb or anything, can OHKO a Mega Beedrill. That's really strong. Ambipom is meant to fix my speed problem, because if you look at the previous mons that I picked, Latios is 110, but like the rest of my stuff is kind of middling in the speed department. Priority plus a pretty decent base speed stat means that I'm not just going to be outran by fast mons that are running choice specs and breaking through most of my team. I'm trying to force Scarfers on occasion in order to take out my stuff, and I'm trying to force some sort of mitigation. Like, if you want to be immune to Fake Out, you have to run a Covert Cloak on something, but if you're running a Covert Cloak, you're not going to have leftovers, you're not going to have a band, you're not going to have this, you're not going to have that. Ambipom is a mon that sort of forces prep, and for 5 points, like, forcing that prep into Fake Out is really, really, really strong. Technician Triple Axles, Technician Tail Slaps, Technician Pursuits even are going to do massive damage to any mon that stands in its way. Terra Fire lets it break through Steel types, which are the primary problem for this. So yeah, I picked a good Terra type. But I think my more important Terra Captain and my better Terra Captain is Araquanid. Now, Araquanid has the Water Bubble ability. Water Bubble makes it so you can't get burned, you take half damage from fire attacks, and you do double damage with your water attacks. Words. So functionally, this base 70 attack stat is more than doubled because my liquidations are going to be 170 base power. That is incredibly strong. I'm like Azumarill, but stronger with my water moves, which is great because water, the only immunities that you have are opposing water absorbers, and if they don't have a water absorber, then you're going to have to eat a liquidation with something on the opposing team. Araquanid can also get up webs, with my team being a little slower and focusing on getting up hazards and blocking the removal with Ape. Getting up webs is really, really nice. Araquanid can also run infestation stuff. It can run Magic Coat in order to be an anti-lead and stop opponents from getting up hazards or rocks. As you can see, my hazard control is kind of mediocre for a little while, but yeah, Araquanid's able to get up webs, do massive damage with liquidation, and that's the whole deal. Next up is Curum. I needed a cleaner for my team. I want something that was really, really powerful and able to keep up a lot of offensive pressure on the opposing team, because my team so far is either slow or a little bit passive. Ape takes a bit to get going. Latios isn't really the most immediately threatening. Mega Venusaur can sort of get rolled through by like a Specs Hurricane or whatever. And Lando T, it's not gonna beat everything on its own, so I want something with a really, really strong offensive typing. Dragon Ice is really good. Dragon Pulses plus Freeze Dries plus Earth Powers. Where's the switch in on like any of your opposing team? Curum is just a really, really good cleaner. It's a good late game sweeper. It's able to do a lot with its really good stats and its really good offensive typing. So that's why I picked up Kyurem. Next up, Thwacky. Thwacky also, like Latios, does not end up showing up to a single game. I picked it up because I thought the grassy terrain would be nice, but I dropped it because it wasn't worth the points, and also it's making my Lando weaker. It's making my Venusaur a little better, which is nice, but it's making my Lando weaker, and it's never really going to have a use case over bringing 6 of these other guys. So, sorry, Thwacky, but you're not going to remain on the team forever. Last up is Probopass. Probopass does end up showing up to battles, as he is one of my Terra captains. With Probopass, I have Terra Steel, Terra Fairy, and Terra Ground in order to start. Terra Steel is because it's better than Terra Rock, and I'm forced to have a Stab Terra. Terra Fairy is just because it's a good typing, and Terra Ground is in order to beat opposing Steel types that I'm trying to trap with Magnet Pull. Probopass has a deceptively good stat spread. Like, this bulk is really good when you get to turn into a mono Steel type, and it doesn't really have a lot of weaknesses. Like, being a Steel type really carries in terms of defensive profile. I'm only weak to water, which I can switch in on with Venusaur and with Araquanid. I'm weak to fighting and ground, which ground and fighting I both cover with Landorus Therian. Like, Probopass actually has a decent amount of utility on this team. It's a secondary rocker if I want to be running Scarf on my Lando. It's a Pain Splitter, I guess. It can heal itself up with Pain Split. It's just got utility. It traps steals so that my Ambipom gets stronger, so that my Venusaur is able to spread Toxics more efficiently, and so that I'm able to get the big, scary defensive threats out of the way for the rest of my team. But yeah, that is my draft as I initially conceived it. And now, in order to keep the momentum going, I'm going to be going into my week 1 match. So my week 1 game was versus Husu, the coach of the Excavating Excadrills, and he had a very powerful team for the time that he remained in this league. Now, his team consisted of Garchomp, Gholdengo, Greninja, and Rotom Heat, primarily. These are the 4 best first picks I think that you can make in any sort of draft. Gholdengo is incredibly strong with Garchomp. He's sort of doing the thing that I want to do, where I'm spin blocking Garchomp's hazards, except he's doing it better because Gholdengo is actually immune to defog, so you actually can't get rid of the hazards. It is incredibly strong. Greninja is a pretty useful secondary cleaner. It's not as useful as the rest of my stuff. I think Greninja's personally a little overrated, but it's definitely very good. And Rotom Heat is a really nice defensive mon that can also be running things like Choice Scarf on a given week. It's got a lot of different stuff. And also he has a Mega Lopunny. Mega Lopunny is one of the more powerful mons in the metagame. It's worth, I think, 16 points or 17 points, which honestly is kind of a steal for having unresisted stabs, because ghost types cannot block its stabs. I'm also going to need to find a way to properly break Weezing or Mantine, whichever one he chooses to bring. So what I assumed he'd end up doing with his team is bring these first 4, Mega Lopunny, and either Weezing or Mantine. Whichever one he ends up bringing. If he brings Weezing, then it's probably going to be something like specially defensive Rotom Heat in order to deal with Kyurem. And if he brings Mantine, then he's probably going to be running either physically defensive Rotom Heat or physically defensive Gholdengo. I figure neither the Gholdengo or the Rotom can both be offensive. One of them has to be defensive with how the team is structured. And Mega Lopunny is going to be a pretty big problem for my team. But my team that I built had a lot of different counterplay. So let's pull these up side by side. You're going to see a bit of my IP address. Oh, oops. Leaking IPs. What the heck? Okay. So let's look at my team compared to what his team is. So my Umbreon, first off, is able to deal with the Gholdengo pretty solidly. Gholdengo doesn't really have anything to hit aside from Focus Blast, so I'm just going to be running a pretty chill little set of Toxic, Heal, Bell, Wish, and Foul Play, running Spadef. Toxic is there in order to hit Mantine, in order to hit Rotom Heat, and in order to hit Garchomp or Greninja or anything that really wants to come in. Toxic getting off damage is going to be really really so that's great. I have Wish in order to Wish Pass into my Annihilate for the rest of my team. I have Heal Bell in order to get rid of like pesky little status. Say the Rotom Heat is throwing off Thunder Waves, the Rotom or the Weezing are both throwing off Will-O-Wisps. I want to get rid of those because those can make my mons really weak. And Foul Play, so I'm not completely passive in the face of something like Garchomp. Next, Mega Venusaur is here to simultaneously kind of counter Gholdengo, kind of counter Rotom Heat, but mainly just do like a good amount of damage with my modest investment. Sludge Bomb plus Earth Power plus Giga Drain hits everything for pretty decent damage. I'm able to switch in on Weezing, I'm able to switch in on Rotom, I'm able to switch in on Greninja, provided I'm not super chipped and it doesn't have extra sensory. I'm able to switch on basically everything and just get my nice little damage with Sludge Bomb or Giga Drain or Earth Power. It's very useful. Mega Venusaur is basically the Brawn. he's able to tank anything and 1v1 most of the mons in the game. So next up, I want to answer for Mega Lopunny, so I have Rocky Helmet, Physically Defensive, Annihilate. Annihilate will be able to take 2 play roughs from a Mega Lopunny or 2 close combats, given that they do the same amount of damage, and I can kill back with a Drain Punch. I also punish U-turns with the fact that I have Rage Fist and also with the fact that I have Rocky Helmet. And I have Defiant in order to be able to get a boost off of Mantine Defogging or Wheezing Defogging. Also, if like this is running Drop Kick, then that's useful. If he gets any sort of drop with any move on the rest of his team, that's also useful. But yeah, the defensive spread with Rest and Bulk Up is able to absorb status kind of effectively. Bulk Up is a move that I don't really expect to be hitting that often, but I'm able to 1v1 Serena with it. I'm able to 1v1 Lopunny in a late game scenario, and I'm able to 1v1 Garchomp with it by making myself bulkier. So yeah, that's Ape. Ape is able to take a bunch of hits and make his Rage Fist super strong, and then use that to try and win the game. Next up, Metro Spider the Arachnid. Metro Spider is going to be running a set that I want to run for basically every week I bring it. Toxic plus Sticky Web plus Magic Coat plus Liquidation. Liquidation is the only attacking move I'm going to need. I am a Sitting Duck to Mantine if it's Water Absorb, which is annoying but fine, given that I have Toxic in order to hit the Mantine. I have Sticky Webs in order to slow down the Lopunny, slow down the Greninja, slow down the Garchomp, slow down the Goldengo, assuming that the Goldengo is not Balloon. And with my attack investment, I'm always 2-hit KOing, I believe, defensive gold, while having enough defense in order to live 2 Garchomp Earthquakes. Leftovers are there to keep me having a bit of longevity. Magic Coat is able to bounce back Toxics, bounce back Thunder Waves, and bounce back Will-O-Wisps while giving me more healing. And I'm also able to bounce back Hazards, assuming that this is a Hazards lead Chomp, which is entirely possible given that my Hazard control this week is non-existent. Next up, I brought Lando T. Lando T is going to use Gravity and Earthquake in order to knock down the Rotom Heat and the Wheezing. Earthquake is going to be doing massive damage when they're no longer levitating. And overall, it's just like a pretty solid offensive threat. Ground hits his team pretty hard. Like, if you look at the ground resists on the matchup spread, it's really just the immunities. It's the immunities in Serena. So when you get rid of those immunities with Gravity, the team suddenly becomes very, very ground weak. So yeah, I have enough speed in order to be outrunning Rotom Heat. And if Webs would be up, then I'd be faster than any Mon on the opposing team. So if I get up a Swords Dance in the late game when I have Webs up, it potentially can be pretty threatening. And last, I have Choice Specs Curum in order to just be a cleaner. The speed is 272 in order to be faster than most of the opposing team after Webs, if not all of the non-boosting opposing team after Webs. Draco Meteor, Freeze Dry, Earth Power, Dragon Pulse. You've seen a Specs Curum if you've ever seen competitive Pokemon. It has very few switch-ins. It's sort of like a... The mons that can switch in on Draco Meteor are Wheezing and Goldengo, but they don't like eating an Earth Power. The mons that can switch in on Freeze Dry are Rotom Heat and Goldengo, but they don't like switching in on the other moves. Curum's just a really hard mon to switch in on, and I'm going to abuse that in my favor in order to try and win this match. So, yeah, I'm now going to cut to my battle, which I had live commentary over, and you're going to watch that. Bye-bye. Okay. So let's look at this team compared to what I thought he'd bring. I see Mantine as the hazard control. I see no Geezing, which is great. This Gravity on the Lando is definitely a lot worse because no Geezing. He brought Mantine over Geezing, which I expected. And the Rotom is probably just going to do Rotom things. This team makes about as much sense as I thought it would. Okay. Dope. My lead versus this team is probably just Arachnid. He can lead Rotom. He can lead Lopunny. He can lead whatever. I can also lead Venusaur. That's like fine. I think I'm going to lead Arachnid. Mantine. Okay. Cool. I don't know what this does. I'm going to Toxic it after Terra Watering. Ooh, sub. Interesting, interesting. I guess I get up Webs. That's an unfortunate miss. Okay. I just go into Umbreon and I start mashing Foul Play. This burn would suck. It does suck. Oh, still works through sub. Huh. Interesting. I can throw off a Heal Bell. That's an unfortunate crit. Okay. Okay, this thing can't kill this, so I'm just sort of chilling. I just get to slowly whittle it down with damage. He can try and flinch me. That's going to be fine. It's just going to be a long little game versus this Mantine. Okay. Rotom Heat is in. It can Volt Switch. I'm fine with that. I can also go into my Metro Spider. It's also kind of fine. Hopefully this doesn't also have a sub. Defog, okay. That's chill. Now it's probably going to Volt Switch out. I go Lando. Show me the Volt Switch. Nice. Nice. With that, I can get up a Gravity. Cool. On Garchomp, my best switch is usually my Metro Spider. But I can really just stay in. I don't want this to be Hazard's Chomp. That would be annoying. I think I knock. Surf. Funny. Okay. Okay, it's Helmet. Cool. I go into my Metro Spider. It's probably mixed. I'm going to Magic Coat on potential spikes. Okay. Cool. I'm totally fine with just, like, doing this little 1v1. That does no damage. I get up my webs. I'm chilling. Okay. So I can't Liquidate. It's minorly frustrating. I can kind of go into my Venusaur. I can peep the damage on that. The 22%, that means it's invested, which means it's going to do a lot to my Venusaur. I can also kind of go Kyurem, but I'm going to take Rock Chip, which is annoying. Just go back in Umbreon. It's fine. Totally fine. Just throw some Foul Plays. Okay, that's going to be big damage on the Lop. Nice. He is likely going to play rough. I can go into Venusaur on the play rough. I also don't die to a CC. I do die to a CC. That was just a lie. Throwing on my Lando would be bad. Although I don't necessarily need it. It's good for Golden Go. It's not necessarily great. Lando lives a play rough, maybe? Does not. Drop the attack by 1? It does. Cool. Not after rocks, though. So I'm fine to just throw this away. Drain Punch. Cool. I live that. I can just throw off a pretty free Earthquake. Okay, that's fine. Real G would have Gravitied, but it's whatever. I'm going to knock you. You can defog if you want. That's fine. Cool. Now you're going to die to the Toxic. And my other thing has suddenly gotten very good. I see like a Suicide move here. I don't want Chomp necessarily getting in for free. Suicide Overheat. Paint Split. Okay, interesting. I'm just going to get my webs back up. That's not going to kill me. He should go low punny so he doesn't get webbed. Greninja. Curious. I don't see what Greninja necessarily does to me. It can U-turn. That's still fine. Umbreon just covers it. Okay, Dark Pulse. No damage. I can sort of Toxic anything. I can also Wish. Just throw that in the air. Okay. He's going to Surf into my other thing coming in. I can also go Ape. I can also get up Rocks. I don't need my Araquanid, and if he, like, Surfs, then I just get healing for free. So I'm sort of chilling. Cool. Awesome. Now I'm back. We are so back. Liquidate into everything. No. No. Okay. Good. Awesome. Huge. Didn't go Mantine. This Mantine doesn't have Hazard Control. The webs are up for the rest of the game. Cool. I think this is a pretty free Kyurem endgame. I just need to see what the Golden Go can do. I also want to know what this chomp is going to do. I'd like a spike, but I don't need a spike. Okay, Draco. It's fine. Rough skin damage is annoying. I'm gonna Magic Coat in case he has spikes. Okay, cool. And I just get to go back into my Umbreon. Okay. Not much happened in this game. I'm just sort of getting the game plan as interested. As intended, I just sort of get my game plan and I win. Skull Burn would be annoying, but like doesn't matter. He can hit me for damage, that's fine. I can just sort of mash Foul Play until the cows come home. I can also kind of go Venusaur like a little in this position. It's just kind of annoying. Air Slash flinches would be annoying, but yeah. It's crazy how little damage this is doing. It's fine. I'm just gonna go cure him. Because I get the wish coming in. The burn would be annoying, but doesn't matter. Cool. And now I just get to mash Freeze Dry, and nothing can take it. No burn. That sucks for him. He's probably going to go Golden Go, because he kind of has to. Sacks his Chomp. That's also fine. Okay. This is a pretty one game, I think, for me. On Golden Go, make it rain. I have the Umbreon. I also have an Annihilate, which can kind of revenge kill this. I also have a Lando that can revenge kill this, so I'm really just safe into everything. I think I go Araquanid, because I don't need it. Okay. Interesting. I'll take the Scarf. I guess I'm clicking Scarf Liquidation into everything. Okay, that doesn't matter. These reads don't matter because there's no risk. I'll get the wish for myself. I go into the Ape. Yeah, I go into the Ape. No. Yeah. No. Maybe. Go into the Venusaur. Yeah. Okay. Drain Punch instead of other move is curious. It's very curious. But I just get to Giga Drain and everything. Yeah. Okay, cool. The Air Slash is going to do a lot, but it's not going to do really that much. Not going to outpace me. Although my Umbreon is really low. It's very annoying. I can just sort of click attacks until this dies and other things die. Crit into crit. Funny. Giga Drain to the gold. Yep. And I'm faster than this gold, so I'm just going to Earth Power. Doesn't kill. It's tough. Make a Rain shouldn't kill? It does. The crit. Unfortunate. But I just click Freeze Dry now, and I think I just win. Because I believe Specs Freeze Dry kills the... doesn't kill the gold. Not if it's max HP, which... could that have killed if it wasn't max HP? No, I go Lando first, and I just knock off. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, just knock. Okay. Cool. pretty chill game. Okay, and now Kieran just wins. I don't care if you're Scarf. That literally doesn't matter to me. I'm just sacking. Water Shuriken. Okay, cool. Oh, Battle Bond is potentially scary. Do you kill me with the Dark Pulse now? Ooh. I might have thrown. I need to send out Ape. I need to not die to like an extra sensory or something. Okay, Dark Pulse, don't flinch. No flinch. Cool. Awesome. Great. Okay, cool. Don't flinch again. Don't flinch again. Okay. All right. Then I clean up. Awesome. Okay, that was potentially scary. I stacked this for differential and I freeze dry twice. Oh, that's an unfortunate miss. GG's. Oh, you're still alive. He dies to the helmet, and then I rest my health back, and then I just win. Okay. I have a very boosted Rage Fist, bro. I don't think you can kill me. Alright. Good job, Annihilate. The first game with Annihilate has gone swimmingly. It has gone swimmingly. Strategy worked out exactly as planned. And that's this battle. Bye-bye. So, I booked a nice little 4-0 victory versus the Excavating Excadrills in week 1, putting me at 1-0 with a 4-0 differential, and I believe at number 2 in the league at this point. But my week 2 game is going to be someone who I have a lot of history with. There are at least 3 videos on this channel of me playing against this person, and they've beaten me in the majority of them. This is going to be Birdseeds, the coach of the Cancun Cubchoos. Now, the Cancun Cubchoos have a very, very different build this season compared to last season, but the more things are different, the more things stay the same. So let's have a look at that team. So they are running a very, very strong offensive combo of Latios plus Galarian Darmanitan. They get to click flip, turn, and U-turn on everything and sort of run my brain dry. And the defense consists of Clefable, Rotom Wash, and Melmetal. They also have some really scary Terra captains in Galarian Articuno, Brute Bonnet, and I think just those 2. Infernape is also here. It's able to do Infernape things. It has a bunch of coverage. It's able to do a lot of things. Very, very scary for my team. Galarian Articuno in particular is very, very scary because it's able to, using its stabs, completely wipe out my Mega Venusaur. It's able to hit my Annihilate pretty hard. It's really not the best matchup for me. The thing that I have to be wary for in this matchup is I have to not get stuck in a Volt Turn core by Latios plus Galarian Darmanitan. I have to find a way in order to break the Wish Passing Clefable and the Melmetal, and I have to find a reliable switch into Galarian Articuno. But I think I managed to achieve that with my team that I brought. So, where is it? Here it is. Probass is up. So, first, I have my Monkey C, and then I have my Monkey Do. But I'll go into Monkey C first. Monkey C, the Ambipom, is going to use its Terra Normal Fake Outs in order to deal massive damage to the Garm, massive damage to the Latios, and just decent damage into everything else. With the Silk Scarf, my Tail Slap is able to OHKO Physically Defensive Fable if I get enough hits, which, honestly, this matchup is annoying me enough as is. I just want to get the hacks and get a bunch of different hits. And yeah, I'm able to U-turn and maintain momentum versus the rest of the squad. Fake Out is really useful for making it so I don't get out-offensed, given that Latios and Darm can't get their health back unless he Wish Passes in with Clefable. And I like being able to knock off things like the Melmetal Assault Vest, assuming that's going to be Assault Vested in order to deal properly with my Kyurem. But Kyurem is not here this week, which is... He probably thought that was weird. Next up, I got Monkey Do, the Annihilate. Annihilate is running a different set than last week. No rest, no bulk up. Instead, I've got U-turn and Encore. With leftovers, I'm able to be fairly bulky. I have enough attack in order to be able to 2KO a physically defensive Clefable with a base 100 power Rage Fist. I have Encore to stop Clefable from setting up with Cosmic Power or from Wish Passing into the rest of the squad easily, or at least being able to protect on my attacks. And U-turn is just there to keep up momentum. Ape is going to be very useful for stopping the defense from getting too strong. I can also stop the Root Bonnet, assuming that's not Terra Fairy, which is an option that he has available to him, because Terra Fairy, Terra Blast will freaking hurt. The speed, I don't remember exactly what the speed is for. I believe it is for... I don't know. I think I just threw in a bunch of speed, I'm trying to speed creep Clef, so I'm not slower than Clef. I'm trying to speed creep Rotom Wash, but he tends to throw random speed EVs into the rest of his team, so I figure... I have enough attack, I have enough health in order to be able to live things like a double Iron Bash. Might as well just throw some random stats into speed. But yeah. Next up, I got Choice Scarf Victini. Originally, I had Final Gambit on this, but I swapped it to Trick, because if I'm able to trick a Choice Scarf onto Melmetal, Oracle Fable, or Rotom Wash, then that's pretty nice for me. V-Create has only one switch in, really, Rotom Wash, and kind of Latios, but Latios doesn't like taking it as much as the rest of his team. I have Energy Ball in order to be able to hit the Rotom Wash decently hard, and I have U-Turn in order to keep momentum. As you can see, I got U-Turn on these 3 Mons, so I'm never losing the momentum war to any of these. My speed investment is to be faster than Scarf Ape. I'm not going to be faster than Scarf Latios, but I am faster than Scarf Ape, which is great, given that I can nuke it with a V-Create. And yeah, that's Victini. Victini is there to prevent Melmetal from becoming unkillable in the late game, to prevent Darm from getting out of control, and also just to be able to do massive damage to the Clef. So that's my Victini. Next up, I got Freak Pilled the Umbreon. Umbreon running the same set as last week, except physically defensive. This is my Garm switch in. It's not going to take that much from a U-turn, which is surprising given Guerrilla Tactics. But yeah, it's my Garm switch in. It's able to kind of switch in on Galarian Articuno, and it's able to wish past the rest of the squad. There's not much else to say about this, given that it's doing the same thing that it did last week, except on the physically defensive side. So yeah. Next up, I got Tribal Chief, my Mega Venusaur. Mega Venusaur is running a similar set to last week, given... Whoa. Mega Venusaur is running a similar set to last week, except I have Leech Seed over Giga Drain. Leech Seed is nice in order to provide healing for the rest of my team if he is to try and turtle with Clefable or turtle with, like, Rotom Wash. It's just nice. Leech Seed is nice damage. I'm running physically defensive in order to be able to switch in on Melmetal consistently. This is my best double Iron Bash switch in. It's also able to 1v1 Garm in a Crisis. I can get flinched by Icicle Crash, but I'm not weak to it thanks to Thick Fat, which is great. And Synthesis is there to heal me up, so I should be fine into Galarian Darmanitan most of the time. Last up on the team is the most interesting bring in order to deal with Melmetal. Melmetal is annoying because double Iron Bash plus Earthquake can kill a lot of my team and deal a lot of chip, which can make dealing with the rest of the squad annoying. So I have Magnet Pull plus Terra Steel in order to be able to tank anything that Melmetal can do. After I Terra Steel and Magnet Rise, Melmetal cannot touch me with anything on its kit, which is amazing. I'm able to Pain Split my health back, and I'm able to slowly whittle it down with Body Press. If I am to get up Stealth Rocks, it's super useful to me because I don't think the Garm is going to be Boots, so it would be limited to only being able to come in 4 times throughout the match. He'd have to find a way to get a defog with his Rotom in order to stop the rocks from being up. And yeah, hazards are nice. I'm also able to, in a pinch, wall something like Galarian Articuno. If it were to Terra into a type that isn't quad resisted to Body Press, ooh, didn't mean to do that, that I can get decent damage on it. So yeah, that's my team for week 2. Now I get to go into my battle for week 2. So enjoy that. Bye-bye. All right, so this game is happening 2 days before schedule, but it's fine. My team is here. My team is strong. You've seen my team already if I did my team builder the way I normally do it. I feel like I have good coverage into everything. And this is lacking a Galarian Articuno. That's weird. Why is there no Galarian Articuno? That's nuts. Okay. I feel pretty prepped into most of this. Mega Venusaur covers the Brute Bonnet pretty well. Annihilate also covers the Brute Bonnet pretty well, unless it's in Headbutt, in which case that's annoying. Umbreon obviously covers Brute Bonnet pretty well. Garm is countered by this and this. Fake Out should be doing a lot to a lot of different things. I feel solid. I feel prepped. Now, as for what my lead is here, that's sort of dubious. He could lead Melmetal. I can lead Ambipom. I think I just lead Ambipom. Yeah, I'm gonna just lead Ambipom. Ambipom covers any of the offensive leads. It's like fine in a Rotom, it's fine in a Clef. It's a little annoyed by Melmetal, but on Melmetal I can just go into my Umbreon or my anything else. Yeah, I have coverage. This game is certainly very losable in late game. If this is stored power Clef, then that's very annoying. If this is set up Lottie, then that's definitely very annoying, but hopefully I will be fine. I got my Monkey C. This is a Rotom Wash. Now this could be Scarfed. I just go into the Fake Out. I can read the Melmetal if I'm a freak, but I'm fine with just getting the chip on it, so yeah. Okay, I should have U-turned. Is this AV? Leftovers, not AV. Interesting. Okay. Now he can just click Double Iron Bash. I think that's the best move. This probably isn't fast, which is fine. Question is, it's Leftovers, which means it might be max attack, which means that Probopass will be taking not that much from a Double Iron Bash. It'll take a lot from Earthquake. So I'm sort of chilling. Yeah, I can U-turn into... Well, I U-turn regardless. I U-turn regardless. Because if he stays in, then he can get Probopass trapped, which is bad for him. Okay. He probably Earthquaked on the read. I don't want to see that. I can just make the safe move and I can go into my Umbreon. Yeah. Because Umbreon, how much do I take from Double Iron Bash? A lot, but not that much. Okay. Okay. Alright, cool. I'm faster. That's cool. Awesome. I can protect, scout out what he wants to do, or I can just Baton Pass. I think I'm just going to BP. I'm just going to BP, see what he goes into on this. Okay. He probably Double Iron Bashed again. Cool. Awesome. Now he's trapped. Okay, and I can Terra Steel, Magnet Rise, and I'm chilling. And now he's trapped. Oh, okay. Well, now I feel bad for tearing. I get up rocks, and then I slowly 1v1 this. Alright, with this Melmetal out of the way, my Venusaur gets a lot better now that Sludge Bomb has no switch-ins. But yeah. I think I still 1v1 even if he gets the freeze. Okay. And this is also big Latios insurance. And also it's good into Garm. Like, this mod is very strong. Shout out to Probopass. Okay, Rotom Wash is out. I don't see what you do. You can try to Wisp me, that's like fine. You can try to Defog, that's also fine. This is a pretty free switch to my Mega Venusaur. I'm okay to get burnt. Okay, Volt Switch. Okay, you're taking rocks, that's fine. I have enough Spadef to where I'm not afraid of anything from the Lottie, so I'm just going to go into my Mellow. Or my Probopass, rather. Okay. That's totally fine. I'm down to get rid of the Scarf on that. Give me back some health on something. Oh, I just healed that. Oops. This thing's still faster than me, so... well, don't I feel silly. I can play reactively with this. Yeah. If Lottie comes in, I get the health back on it. If anything comes in, I'm just chilling. Fable, cool. I don't care that this gets a free turn. You can throw off a Thunder Wave if you want. I'm going to be pissed, but I'm still going to just kind of be fine. Rocks. Okay. You don't have a Sludge Bomb switching anymore, so I'm chilling. Also, Leech Seed is very strong. Sludge Bomb's better. Yeah. Okay, Poison. No poison. Unfortunate. Okay. So Luster Purge. How much are you going to do? You're going to do a lot. I don't think he's going for the Luster Purge. No, I'm just going to get up rocks. It's fine. Flip turn. Ugh. I got to read him just playing like a pussy. Although that's not getting... I guess it's getting health back with leftovers. Which is like fine. He can't go into Garm, which is good. Yeah, not seeing an Infernape on this comp is good for me. Okay, that's an interesting decision. I don't believe you're banded. I just don't believe it. I just don't believe it. Yeah, I just refuse to believe it. Yeah. Kill? Awesome. That's a big Probopass kill. Shout out to Probopass. Alright, with the Garm out of the way, a lot of stuff gets very strong. A lot of stuff definitely gets very strong. I don't know what in particular gets very strong, but a lot of stuff gets really strong. I'm cool to just sack this now, I guess. Yeah, I'm cool to just sack this. Alright. Cool, he's taking Luster Purge. That's fine. I'm assuming Draco's the last slot, if not Ore Sphere. I can just get off a Wish, and then I'm good. The Rotom is going to come in on a potential... Rocks aren't up, which hurts me. Yeah, the Rotom can come in on a thing. I just get my Fake Out. Actually, I just get a knockoff, because I doubt... With Scarf, I doubt he's max speed. Yeah. Cool. Alright. Now, I can lose the game if I miss a Tail Slap. That's just a thing that can happen. So... Do I want to play into that? Eh. It's fine. Okay, BP. He's wearing me down. Now am I in Luster Purge range? I am. Do I need this Venusaur around? I do. This is frustrating. That's good. I think I can just go into Umbreon regardless. Yeah. Don't kill? Oh, that's a bad kill. Okay, well now I can go into Venusaur and I can get my health back, which is nice. But that's an unfortunate kill. That's a very unfortunate kill. Oh, why did I Leech Seed? Why did I Leech Seed? Why didn't I just Synthesis? I'm a thrower. I'm actually such a thrower. That's insane. That's insane. That's insane of me to do. Why did I do that? Whatever, I can get back up on the bonnet. It's like fine. I'm throwing. It's fine. It's like super winnable. Which is unfortunate. He's gonna Wisp. That's gonna be annoying. That U-turn's fine. No Rocky Helmet. He's gonna Whisper, he's gonna T-Wave. Please don't Volt Switch. Cool. Alright, and he's faster. I need to hope this doesn't kill. Oh, Venusaur. Venusaur, you piece of shit. Alright, now I can just straight up lose. That's so annoying. Yeah, I threw the game. This is so frustrating. I need this Tail Slap to do a lot. Please kill. Give me a bunch of hits to make up for the fact that I've been playing bad. Cool, awesome. Okay, it's just gonna Sucker. Do 2 Suckers kill me? It's close. Oh. Shit. I need this Rage Fist to kill. Do 2 Rage Fist kill? They do. Oh, this is fucking unfortunate. If he Suckers, then I can win.
Yeah, if he suckers, then I can win. But I think I threw this match otherwise. Okay. That's the reasonable play. I just get to Rage Fist again. This is, I made this really dubious for no reason. The defog on the... I didn't expect him to have defog. I made this super winnable match really thrown by going Venusaur on the Latios instead of just keeping, like, reserving it. And just going, like, Annihilate. Yeah, now I go for the Rage Fist. Big crit. Cool. It's a huge crit. That's a huge crit. I think I win now with Ambipom. Cool. Awesome. Yeah, I just win with Ambipom. Awesome, 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 awesome. Okay, now let me run this calc. Ambipom, fake out, damage. 82. Okay. He's just gonna Luster Purge. It's fine. I don't need my Victini. A sack is a sack regardless. He has the Luster Purge. Yeah. Okay, cool. And I save the differential. Awesome. Huge! Okay. So I still clutch out that win, thankfully. Make it a 2-0 victory instead of a better victory, which is suspect, but I still get there. Yeah. Okay. I almost played that really, really fucking bad, but I make up for it in the end. Yeah, I win convincingly 2-0. Cool. Awesome. Now, do I want the kill with Victini or do I want the kill with Ambipom? Go for the kill with Ambipom, because 2 fake outs will definitely always kill. Shout out to Ambipom for confirming this game for me. Alright. So that's my battle. It should have been better than a 2-0. I played that really bad, but yeah, that's the battle. That's the game. Thank you guys for watching. If you were watching. You were obviously watching if you're seeing this. Next week, I'm going to be having a different match versus a different opponent. I don't remember who. I think it's going to be easier than this week's game, but look forward to that. I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye. So, despite some very sloppy play in that game, I managed to book a second win for a 2-0 status in the POOSY Draft League Season 4 with a +6 differential. That leads me into my Week 3 game, which is going to be versus Mika, the coach of the Satellite Sableyes. The Satellite Sableyes are not necessarily the best constructed team, but Mika's a great player. He's a great guy. He's got great energy anytime we battle, so I'm not going to be really pulling out all the stops. I'm going to just try and make a fun match that won't be turtling into stall like I've done for my previous games. So let's look at his team before I get into details. So this team had a lot of different stuff. I actually think he had dropped Talonflame at this point. It's a lot of different offensive pieces with not a lot of defense. His best defense is Florges, Quaquaval. Well, Quaquaval isn't really defense. It's Florges, Talonflame, and Sableye, but if he weren't to bring those, or if he like just brought Florges, he can easily get overwhelmed by things like Curum plus Lando plus Victini plus Mega Venusaur plus Annihilate. So I think the matchup very much favors me on paper. I get to fool around a little bit, and I get to flash back to the last time that we fought in playoffs of Season 3. In Season 3 playoffs, he brought not 1, not 2, but 3 Mons holding a Choice Scarf. And I figure, I mean, why can't I just do that again versus him? So, if I look at my Mika team, I got Choice Scarf Lando, Choice Scarf Annihilate, and Choice Scarf Victini. Choice Scarf Lando is going to be able to click Earthquake into most of his stuff. His only Earthquake resists are Meowscarada, Talonflame, but I believe that's gone at this point, and Delibird. But into most of his team, I'm going to be able to click Scarf U-Turn. I can Scarf U-Turn into Meowscarada, outspeed it, and instantly OHKO it because I have like a bajillion attack. I'm going to be faster than Meowscarada. I believe I am hitting about the speed point with all of my Scarf Mons. Yeah, 258 speed is faster than Meowscarada. I hit that with all my Scarf Mons, which is really useful. Knockoff is there because, like, knocking off items is good. Rock Slide is there to hit Talonflame. It's just Scarf Lando. Scarf Lando is going to click Earthquake or click U-Turn, depending on if you're a ground resist or not. Next up, actually, I'll go through all the Scarfers. Mr. Morale, sitting right here. What a great guy. Scarf Annihilate. Scarf Rage Fist hits most of the team pretty hard. It's able to
with high amounts of attack, able to kill things like Necrozma pretty easily. I can U-turn on things like how I can with Lando, and just force a bunch of damage with U-turn. And close combat is able to hit Kartana pretty hard. It's able to hit Quaquaval pretty hard. It's able to hit a lot of team pretty hard. Victini's going to be doing basically the same thing, except I can trick away my Scarf if I want to. Bolt Strike is a move that I can click into Quaquaval pretty hard and click it into Talonflame. Really, all three of these are going to be doing the same thing. They're going to be clicking U-turn unless I don't see a resist stab move, then I'm going to click the stab move. But they're going to be boosted by the fact that I have Hazard's Klefki. Klefki is running Toxic, Reflect, Spikes, and Foul Play. Toxic is there. Whoa. Toxic is there in order to hit Florges, which is kind of an issue for my team, given that I'm running 3 Scarfers and no real reliable way to break Florges. The only way that Florges is going to be able to not get Toxic is if it's running Substitute, but I know Mika, he's not going to run Sub. He's too cool for that. He would never do that. Spikes are really useful because his hazard control is pretty weak. His hazard control, his spinner is Quaquaval, and again, I can block that with Annihilate. If you were to predict me an Aqua Step or U-turn, cool, I get a boosted Rage Fist, that's great. Reflect is nice, so I never get swept by Mega Medicham or Meow or Quaquaval, and Kartana is also neutered by Reflect. So yeah, Foul Play is going to nuke Kartana off the face of the planet. It's a Klefki, physically defensive. You've seen it a billion times. Yeah. So my other 2 members are Metro Spider Araquanid, Choice Banded Liquidation with 2 status moves. Mirror Code is there in case I get Shadow Balled by a Zoroark, in case I get Moonblasted by a Florges, to be able to nuke it back with a bunch of damage. Choice Banded Liquidation, I don't see many resists. It's Kartana and it's Quack, but they don't take it that well. Meow definitely might just get O-Code by Banded Terra Water Liquidation. If not, it'd get hit really hard by Leech Life. And webs are useful in case I want my Kyurem to pop off in the late game. Kyurem is running Sub, Dragon Dance, Scale Shot, Icicle Spear. It's the standard offensive Kyurem set. Not much to talk about. It's a decently offensive team and a decently offensive match. Now, what I noticed when I was going over this game, so you've seen that the previous 2 battles had live commentary. This battle was supposed to have live commentary, and I'll bring that up for you, actually. I'll bring it up in my little computer. So don't check your headset, but this battle does not have commentary. So I'm going to make commentary, because I forgot to unmute my microphone. So let's just go in. This is 9 minutes and 48 seconds. You can't see the timestamp because of my camera. It's 9 minutes and 48 seconds. You still can't see the timestamp because of my crop. Whatever. We'll go into it. So I see the team preview. I see Tornadus. Tornadus was actually here over Talonflame. I forgot that was the mon that he swapped to. This team is not necessarily going to be all too threatening for me. I don't see anything that can really stop my offense. My offense is just going to click buttons until everything on the opposing team dies, and he's going to have to learn how to deal with that. So yeah, let's try and get to team preview. Or let's get past team preview and get to our leads. Okay. So I lead with Landorus Therian, he leads with Meowscarada. If this Meow is not Scarfed, it's going to die to a U-turn. And it's not Scarfed, and it dies to a U-turn. Unfortunately for Meow, I get to look at the team, and I figure there's a lot of good options, but I don't really see a great Bolt Strike switch in, so I'm pretty free to go into Victini. Simultaneously, he doesn't really have great hazard control, so I'm also able to go into Klefki pretty freely. I spent a little bit of time deliberating. I end up going into Klefki so I can get up my spike, so I can get up my screen, and I can see what he wants to do, which is really nice. You can see in the chat, people are kind of popping off over the literal instant U-turn into Meow. Knocks him out. It's pretty sad. So he goes into Cinderace. I check the damage to see, okay, is that going to be able to kill me with Fireball? It does. So I figure my safest play is to just go into Lando, or I can just get up Reflect safely, because Fireball isn't going to kill me through Reflect. And if he decides to U-turn, then that's also fine. So I get up my Reflect. He's then Headbutts, reading me to go into Lando. Interesting read, but not going to do it. That does 9%. 9% is pretty high. So he's either Adamant or he's Banded, given that he didn't take Life Orb damage, and
I assume you wouldn't be something in Muscle Band. I foul play into the Cinderace, trying to blow it up for Zen Headbutting. I get the Florges. Florges is a mon that I want to be in on my Klefki because I mentioned that Toxic is the only reliable way I have to kill it. So I just go for my Toxic, given the fact that with Prankster, I can get this off completely for free. And now that the Florges is Toxic and on a timer, I don't really think there's anything they can do to me. It's going to slowly get away over the course of the game, and I'm just going to be able to click my offensive buttons. So now I start getting up Spikes. Spikes, his only hazard control that he would have brought would be Defog on Lando, Rapid Spin on the Quack, or Court Change on the Cinderace. The Cinderace, I'm assuming, because it's Zen Headbutt and assuming based on that damage, I'm assuming that it is not going to be Court Change. And, like, Torn, I just don't know what Torn does. So, on this turn, I contemplate continuing the Spikes. But I think, maybe it's a decent opportunity to get my Araquanid if you were to switch. It also could be an opportunity to get in something else. I don't want to go Ape because I can get Moonblasted, but Araquanid can come in pretty freely on a Moonblast and just get a Liquidation into something. I can keep this battle going. I can keep the momentum going. I can keep everything rolling. I hope you're not tripping seeing... I'm actually going to cover up my face with my current face. So I Terra Water Liquidation. Thundy dies. Thundy. Torn gets blown the heck back. Metro Spider has no switch-ins. It's going to be hitting anything for a lot of damage. And now he has to find another sack. I'm assuming he's just going to go into Quack here, or maybe he can go into Delibird if he's going to be running some sort of weird, like, Focus Sash, Endeavor, Ice Shard set. But he's very limited in terms of switches. He goes back into Cinderace. I don't think Cinderace can kill me with anything. Pyro Ball, I resist because my ability and my thing. So I'm fine to stay in. Like, he can do what he wants. I'm chilling. He gunk shots. And I die. And I'm like, whoa, that wasn't supposed to kill me. I was at 72. You can see my little damage calc in the bottom corner. You actually can't. But gunk shot, if it's Jolly, is going to do 57 to 67. So I assume, okay, that probably has to be banded. I go into my Alicia Keys. I also know that it can't be Boots because it took the spike damage. So, yeah. I figure in the scenario I can get off a foul play into anything, or I can just keep getting up spikes, or I can get up a Reflect. Reflect is what I choose to go for. Florges comes back in. I can 1v1 this. This can't kill me. I heal too much with lefties before it takes a bunch of Toxic Chip. So I keep getting up my spikes. This persists for a little while, I believe. And the battle from this point is honestly like mostly a foregone conclusion. I have 3 layers of spikes up. He can wish past into whatever he wants. That's literally fine. There's nothing really that can be done. I Toxic in order to cover a switch because I don't know if he's going to go Quack or if he's going to go Cinder, if he's going to go anything else. He stays in, just gets his little wish healing, but he's taking a bunch of damage from the Toxic. He's down to 24% from Toxic. I believe that's going to be doing 36 next turn. So 2 more turns and he will be dead, assuming he doesn't wish here. He goes into his Quaquaval. I foul play, reading some sort of switch, which makes sense. Quaquaval, I assume, with lefties is going to be Rapid Spinning. So I pretty easily go into my Mr. Morale, the Annihilate. I'm going to be faster than anything he does, and I block the spin successfully. So now that I'm in, and I have 3 layers of spikes up, I'm more than free to just start clicking either CC, Rage Fist, Rock Slide, or U-Turn. I can click any of these buttons and it's fine. I decided CC, given that it's going to kill the Quaquaval most of the time, and with the crit, it definitely kills. So in comes Delibird. I don't know what Delibird does. I just know that maybe it could be running something weird. So in order to cover it being weird and killing my Ape and maybe that spiraling into a loss, I just go Alicia Keys. He clicks Endure. Endure is interesting. I assume with Endure, he's then going to be Endeavor and then he's going to be Ice Shard, but you don't have that many turns. He goes back into a Cinderace on my Klefki to threaten a Pyro Ball. Given that he's gone for the read multiple times prior, I figure now is the time to do the traditional play. Just cover Pyro Ball with either Lando or cover it with Victini. I don't want to eat a Zen Headbutt on my Ape. I don't want to eat a Gunk Shot on... Well, I don't want to eat a Pyro Ball with my Klefki when I don't have to. So I just go into Lando, make the easy play. He Pyro Balls, does basically no damage after the Intimidate and the Scream. So that's cool. I can Rock Slide into his entire team. It's going to kill the thing in front of me. It's going to do good enough damage to the Florges after Spikes plus Toxic.
and it's going to kill the Delibird. So, yeah. Rock Slide is able to clean up basically the rest of this game. That, I believe, concludes the battle. I don't think there's any other high points. The Delibird comes back in. I go left key in order to not lose differential for no reason. Or no, I think I go Victini? Yeah, he has Hustle Fake Out, but it misses. Poor guy. But yeah, that's the battle. That's the game. I'm gonna skip ahead a little bit. Like he sacks the Cinderace to the Bolt Strike, and then he's just able to get Bolt Striked again after I trick away the Sash. It's so sad, but Mika goes out like that. I'm laughing my ass off in the little video that doesn't have commentary, but yeah, with that little 3-0 victory versus Mika, that puts me at 3-0 with a plus 11 differential and projects me into the top of the Spritzy division. I'm number 1 seed in the Spritzy division as of this point. It also sets me up for my week 4 match, which is the last match of this video, versus Dusk, the coach of the Walking Wokes. Now, Dusk's team, this one's fresh on the brain. I just played this one earlier this week, and it is pretty scary for me on paper. Whoa, where's my camera? There you are. Okay. So on paper, this matchup is pretty gosh darn dicey. So let's play a little game. Look at my team. Look at Mega Gardevoir. Find the switch in. Can you find it? I can't. I tried. I put Probopass in the initial version of this team. I put Klefki in the original version of this team. And I was just too gosh darn momentum slow. So I figured, to heck with Mega Gardevoir, I'm just going to play a freaking Sack War. And I build a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful team. But I'm going to get into that team after I finish explaining what he has. So he's got Roaring Moon as his premier offensive threat. He's got Heatran, Swampert, and Chestnut, and Weezing in order to cover things defensively. He's got a Terra Hitmontop that's able to spin away hazards and also hit a lot of my team pretty gosh darn hard with Terra Ice Triple Axle. Mega Gardevoir, incredibly powerful special attacking Mon, 165 base special attack with a really strong stab combination that hits everything except for my Klefki and my Probopass, but as I mentioned, they kind of suck here. And Thundy, even though I have a Lando, which kind of makes it his son, Thundy is still kind of scary here. The main thing I'm scared of is the Deoxys Speed, though, because even with a Choice Scarf, nothing on my team can be faster than the Deoxys Speed. The only thing that can be faster is Choice Scarf Ambipom, so I have to find a way to deal with Deoxys without being faster than it, which is really scary given that Psycho Boost is really annoying to switch into if I'm not bringing Umbreon. And I'm not bringing Umbreon because it's too momentum slow into most of his team. Gosh, building this was making me lose freaking brain cells. But I managed to find a team that I liked, and you're going to see that team right here. So, the Woke Mob is coming. First mon on my team this week is going to be Araquanid. Araquanid with this spread is able to live 2 Psychics from a Mega Gardevoir. I'm also able to do a lot of damage to most of the team's Liquidation. Araquanid is a dedicated lead. It is a good lead versus Roaring Moon because if it's banded, I can just go into my Lando. My Lando is running a little bit of physical defense with a bit of special attack in order to hit Chestnut. If you were to lead Deoxys Speed, then I can Magic Coat, stop hazards from getting up because hazards are really gosh darn annoying for me. I have Defog on Lando in order to also deal with those hazards. And Toxic is able to hit the Chestnut. That is the only switch in that he has to Liquidation because you are not, like, with my attack, a setup Roaring Moon is getting 2 KO'd by Liquidation, and everything else is getting either O-Code or eating a billion and then being slower and then eating a billion. Sticky Webs are important so that I can maybe have an inkling of being faster than Deoxys Speed with my Choice Scarf Annihilate. Choice Scarf Annihilate is meant to speed creep Roaring Moon. I'm 1 point faster than non-booster speed Roaring Moon, and I'm able to hit it pretty hard with a close combat. Annihilate is what allows me to get into a Sack War with Gardevoir, given that every time Gardevoir gets a kill, I come in on Annihilate, I click either U-Turn or Shadow Claw, and I get to do a bunch of damage, or I start clicking Rage Fist if my Rage Fist starts popping off. The defense investment is so that booster speed Roaring Moon is never able to kill me within Acrobatics, which I didn't even think I would be able to live, but I do. And the attack is just so I can do enough damage to the rest of the team. Shadow Claw will always kill a Gardevoir that is not incredibly bulky. But if it's an incredibly bulky Gardevoir, then it's either not fast, and it's going to be slower than my Mega Venusaur under webs, or it's going to be too weak in order to kill my Lando or my Araquanid. So Araquanid is my dedicated lead. Mega Venusaur is here to be the primary Chestnut switch-in and the Swampert switch-in. I know that the Chestnut is going to have Bulletproof in order to be immune to my Sludge Bomb, so Toxic is there to hit non-Terra Steel variants. The Terra Steel variants are going to lose to Earth Power. I have enough physical defense investment to consistently be a switch-in to Roaring Moon, and I have enough special attack in order to be able to do decent damage to most of the team with Earth Power and not Shadow Ball, Sludge Bomb. I mentioned Ape already. I mentioned Lando. Lando is going to be running the same offensive moves as my Venusaur with the special attack investment to be able to always 2-hit KO non-Terra Steel Chestnut with a Sludge Wave after I get Leech Seed, which is important because Chestnut is kind of annoying for me. Next up, I got Ambipom with protective pads in order to stop Flame Body Heatran from burning me, or to stop Rocky Helmet damage from Chestnut. I got Fake Out in order to be a reliable revenge killer for Roaring Moon and Deoxys Speed. I have Pursuit in order to stop Deoxys Speed from being able to switch out. And I have Low Kick in order to be able to not be a complete sitting duck to Heatran. Tail Slap is here. If I get 3 hits or more in the Mega Gardevoir, then I always kill it, assuming that it is max special attack and max speed. And I'm kind of just able to like hit most of the team for decent Tail Slap damage. Thundy I'm faster than, and I'm going to be doing a lot. With 329 speed, I am faster than something here is a base 100. I'm faster than Mega Gardevoir. That's what it is. Because Mega Gardevoir caps out at, I believe, 328 if it is timid. Yeah, 328 timid. I'm also going to be faster than Modest Thundurus, which is really nice. Last up on my team, I have Kyurem. Kyurem is here as insurance. It's there to always be able to take out Heatran with an Earth Power. Freeze Dry plus Draco Meteor hits the rest of the team for pretty decent damage. Freeze Dry is able to kill the Pert pretty easily. Draco is able to drop everything except for Gardevoir, no pun intended. And Roost is nice if I'm fighting a Taunt Magma Storm Heatran. If he chooses to protect on a Magma Storm, I can Roost to get my health back. It's really useful. It's also nice not being able to take the Rocks damage because of my boots, and not be able to take the Spikes damage because of my boots. But that's my team. So the general strategy with my team this week is lead Araquanid, force some sort of trade with Liquidation, maybe get a Toxic off on the Chestnut, whittle down the defensive checks to Annihilate, and just win the sack war with Annihilate. Because Choice Scarf Annihilate, with enough chip, can kill every single Mon on the opposing team. Every single Mon. I'm saying that again to the camera. Every single Mon. So, with that, I'm going to cut into my Week 4 match, which is the last match of the entire video. So, I've been talking for basically an hour. I apologize if things have been a bit scattershot, but, you know, that's how my brain works. I hope you've been enjoying watching. Thank you for watching the video. Please watch the battle, even though I'm going to be cutting kind of in the middle of it because I forgot to record audio for some of it again. But, yeah, thank you for watching. And that's bye-bye from Tracksuit Me. Let's get into the battle. My microphone has been on mute this entire time. Okay, I've been doing commentary, but you guys won't be able to hear it. That's tough. Oh, I love myself. Okay, so my thoughts so far were on the first turn, I had to U-turn to the moon. It was sort of forced. He can Psycho Boost, I don't really care. Whatever he does, I'm just fine to go into Araquanid. This is like completely and totally fine. Psychic isn't going to kill me unless he's boosting nature. Modest. It'd have to be a boosting item. He'd have to get a high roll. I don't see him doing either of that, and I also see him over predicting. So I'm just gonna Sludge Bomb. Okay, cool. That's fine. He has to find a Liquidation switch in, which he doesn't have. Ambipom's also safe. Also, Ape is safe. Ape is safe to U-turn. And U-turn will maybe kill this. Well, it will kill this. Okay. Awesome. Now I get to go into Araquanid for free. The Gardevoir's not allowed to do anything. The Weezing is weak. But thoughts on the battle so far. I probably mentioned it in the team builder intro thingy bobber. It's a sack war, especially because of this Gardevoir. He's not getting the Gardevoir that active. But yeah. He can try and Toxic me. That's fine. He's going to friggin' eat a billion to a liquidation. I don't even really care. Matter of fact, I'm going to Magic Coat. Because you can't Toxic me. Oh, well. Don't I feel silly? Don't I feel silly? Yes, if you are a poison type. Okay. You might get a poison. That'd be annoying. Makes Gardevoir a little stronger, but it's okay. This thing is not Fizz Duff. This is very Spit Off. And I don't think the perk can win either. Yeah, I just get to sack war this, which is nice. Okay. Curious sack. I don't think anything kills me. I don't think an Earthquake kills me unless it's banded. Which this isn't banded. It's very defensive for it to be able to take that. I'm actually faster, which is insane. Shout out Araquanid. That's my goat. Okay. Not even going to bother saving the differential because Shadow Claw just cleans up. Yep. That is the exact scenario I was prepping for in mocks. Literally the exact scenario. I just clean up with Shadow Claw. Awesome. Alright. Oh no. Alright, Ape gets the 2 kills and finishes off the game. And that's going to be GG's. I might dub over the first half of the battle with commentary, but basically Chestnut is very soft. You too. Yeah. Basically, I'll go over it here. Upload the replay first. Actually, and show my team. So, upload the replay. Boom. Okay, so turn by turn. Since I'm talking in the mindset of what I'm doing. This turn I have to go Lando because if it's set up, or if it's banded, then it's fine. If it's set up, then it's also ultra fine. It ends up being set up, which is completely okay. This Lando still made it so it's only at +1. I don't die to anything because of my investment, so I just get to U-turn for free and get the chip on it. Ambipom with 2 fake outs should be able to kill it, so I just get to U-turn out in Ambipom, click fake out, and then U-turn again with, or I get to fake out again with Ambipom, which is what I end up doing. Right here, as I sack. If he Dragon Dance again, then that was, like, fine, because he just has to kill me. Ambipom just gets to fake out again, and yeah. I fake out into the Chestnut. I'm assuming this was Rocky Helmet or something, given the fact that I don't think it was leftovers. Yeah, it wasn't leftovers. Venusaur covers anything that it wants to do. He walls my Shadow Balls, but he doesn't wall my Toxic unless he's Terra Steel, and if he's Terra Steel, then I kill him with Earth Power. He Terra Fairies, which I didn't expect, which makes my Earth Power a little less strong, but it's okay. Goes into Weezing because I can't touch it, which makes sense. And yeah, I don't remember where the battle exactly picked up, but Metro Spider gets to come in and click Liquidation on a bunch of things, as Metro Spider does, because there are no longer any resists. This was the one resist. He teared off the typing. Metro Spider picks up 1 kill, and then we'll pick up multiple kills as the battle goes onward. Here, I Toxic because it's better than going Venusaur and Toxicking. With this Chestnut on a timer, then my Araquanid is kind of inevitable. Additionally, the rest of my team is kind of inevitable because if this is his best Fizz Def wall, then my Ape is going to be really strong in late game. He goes Dio Speed, I Earth Power on it because I want to get damage on anything that would come in. If he goes Weezing, then I just get to go back to Araquanid and we repeat the whole thing, except he's sacking something else to Liquidation. I believe I switch out to Araquanid on the first one, anticipating a Psycho Boost because I live 2 Psycho Boosts. He just has Psychic, which is fine. I get that information from this. I get to know that that's offensively invested based on that damage, as you can see in my little damage calc right here. But yeah, Araquanid eats that for breakfast. I get to click another Liquidation. Chestnut. I don't click Liquidation. I click Magic Coat because I decided maybe he's going to try and get up Hazards and just sack this, which I guess is a fair read, but I have no reason not to Liquidation there, unless I thought the rocks could be a problem, which they wouldn't have ended up being. Yeah, that was weird. Now I Liquidation into this. No, I just get up Webs. What am I doing? What am I doing? Oh, I'm reading him over predicting. And Webs are important so that this can kill that. I'm pointing at my screen instead of pointing at things. This kills this now. This is almost faster than this if it's bulky. This is definitely faster than this. And Ambipom just gets to, like, kill everything. And also Scarfape is faster than Deoxys, so those webs are useful. So now I go Venusaur, because he's probably just going to Iron Defense and Body Press, which is totally fine. I get the Synthesis because nothing he's going to do does any damage to me. He keeps Iron Defensing. The Body Press isn't going to do that much to me. It's literally okay. I get to Earth Power for free, and if he doesn't Synthesis, then he just dies. He didn't Synthesis, so he just dies. It gives him a pivot into his Deoxys, but that's not good for him because, like, if he kills this, then I just get to kill it back with Araquanid. Araquanid at this point in the game just gets to rack up bodies, and I think that's about where my commentary came in. So yeah, that is my battle. That is the game. A clean little 3-0 victory for me. And on to the next one. Bye-bye.